Okay everyone, I'm back with the part 2 of my 2014 album flip. I have 2 albums for 2014, and if you missed yesterday's installment, make sure you go back and check that out because I explain about the first part of the album. Just like the first one, I have a title page for this one, and it's just a very simple decorative background that I added a few stickers to. It already had the Memories banner, and I just added Amazing. So it says Amazing Memories. And then I have Celebrate Love, Keep Moving Forward, Just Smile, Totes Adorable, Totes Adorbs, Totally Adorable. Isn't this what it's all about? So just have it very simply decorated. And this is continuing on in the July layouts for that album. And just like I did in the first one, I'm not going to go into a ton of detail about each layout, but I will tell you a little bit if something pops out at me that I would like to share. I was really into stitching. I was trying out a couple different things on these layouts, so I've got a couple stitching things here. And this is something kind of new. I really like how this turned out. I had a 6 photo collage here, and I would love to do more of those. So that's kind of in my to-do kind of thing. And I've got some really cool photos. This is of Kaylin getting his face painted. And then this is of him with the finished face. And he just was the cutest little tiger. There we go. Had a lot of stitching going on all these layouts. I really like the way that they are. And this is another one from 2014. And I don't necessarily have the layouts in chronological order within the month, but I do have them grouped by event within the month. So the way that I do my albums, I have a beginning title page for each month. That is a Project Lifestyle page. It's the Design A page protector. Then in between that, right after that, I have a divider tab, and I'll show you that in just a moment. And then I have any layouts for that month following that, including inserts or anything else. And then I have an ending Project Lifestyle page. So technically I have 2 Project Lifestyle pages for each month, but sometimes I will have inserts or other pages in between that. So as you can see, July had a lot of layouts. This is of a fire and rescue event that we went to with the boys. My older sister and I took our boys there when they were up here visiting. A layout about Kaylin's summer camp. I was at the museum, and this was a really cool way to use up some little scrap papers. I like the way that that looks. Some of these layouts I did a long time ago, and some of them aren't that long ago. This is one, I don't have anything in this pocket, but you could very well include something additional in that pocket. This was a larger pocket that I cut down and folded under. We went to a John Legend concert, and I included the tickets here. And I played off the striped background and added some diagonal elements in the background as well. And I thought this was so funny. You were the salt to my pepper, which is funny. And this is the ending Project Lifestyle page for July 2014. The beginning was in the first album part. So now we have August, and this is what I was saying. I have a title page, and it's the Design A page protector. And as you can see, I have my 4x6 pockets. I always use a white based card or a photo with white borders on it with squared corners all in the 4x6 pockets. And then in the 3x4 pockets, I keep them rounded. I keep them patterned paper or patterned cards and around them. And I try to stay in somewhat of a color theme or color scheme. It doesn't necessarily have to be one color or coordinating. This one just happens to be very that peachy pink color with a little bit of green popped in. But some of them are very colorful. It has to be pleasing to my eye. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same color. And then this is that monthly tab divider I was talking about. And I got those from Studio Calico when they had their dollar sale a couple weeks ago. And that's actually what completed these albums. Right, the ending page for August. I didn't have any other photos to put in between. Sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes I don't take a lot of photos. This is the September page for 2014, and I put Celebrate Independence because this is when Kaylin started preschool. He started at the very beginning of September. Then I have the divided tab again, designating the month of September. I have a smaller insert, and the back is just decorative. I didn't have anything to put on the back side. I could. I don't mind having decorative pieces on the back, but usually I have something to put over it, put in there with it, but I just didn't have anything additional to add this month. Then I've got this layout, and these are his school photos. He was not wanting his picture taken, as you can see. Sometimes it's like that. A layout of us at our favorite Mexican restaurant celebrating Ernest's birthday. And then the ending page for my September 2014. All right, then we have the title page for October. Very Halloween themed. I love Halloween, okay? Love it. I love dressing up. Funny, I don't like orange very much, but I love Halloween products. I just think they're incredibly cute. And then this is probably the first layout that I did for 2014. And at the time I was doing a lot of my journaling printed, and I really liked that. And then I moved my setup in my craft room, and I no longer had the computer in the same room with me. Now I do, but at the time I didn't have it in the same room with me, and I stopped doing printed journaling, so I'm really starting to get back into that because I really like the look of it. I don't mind having my handwriting in here just like this, but I really like the look of printed journaling. Like, here you go, printed on some vellum. These are the oldest layouts that I have. And this right here, the Cheesecake Factory, was actually cut out from their what do you call that? Bag. Their to-go bag. So I made it an element on the back. And then I like to include cards, and this was my anniversary card to Ernest. So I like to include these, especially special ones like this from us to each other. So I included that in here as well. Now I can't always find them, so what I do find I stick in here. And then I have journaling on vellum again, and I just layered that on a tag so you could read it. This talks about the fact that Kaylin called the Disney store, he called it the Disney Story. So I marked out store. This is where I cut out part of their bag to have their logo on here. Marked out the word store and wrote story, and then I wrote the story here. So it would make sense. And they're just sitting at the table at the Cheesecake Factory playing with his cars. This is a picture of us going to the fair. October and July are always the layout or the months in my albums that have the most layouts. October normally has the most layouts because we do a lot in October. There's always Halloween events. It's our anniversary. We always go to the fair every year. So there's always a lot going on in October. It's probably our busiest month of the year. And so I always have a lot. And we go to the fair every year. So I thought it would be cool to include the little brochure talking about what was going on at the fair, because in 15 years it's going to be really cool to see what was going on. And then this is our going to see Smokey the Bear. And they have helicopters, planes, and trains. Oh my! Cool. Straight sugar. Talking about some cotton candy at the fair. These were some fun cards I had. I can't remember what Project Life pack they came from, but they were very vintagey looking, and it worked really well with this background paper. And that's exactly what he was doing, was eating cotton candy. So I pulled out all my cotton candy things, stickers and cards, anything I can come up with. I used a little frame. This was from a Jelly Bean Soup die cut pack, I think. And I have 3 photos here together. The one of us, just a small photo of the skyline, and then a picture of Kaylin running kind of in the sunset, and I just put a sticker over there to highlight him because it was a very far away photo. And then I had some really tiny photos that I kind of layered up down here so you can see the full thing. And then I just wrote our journaling, and we called it airport running because he was at the airport running. Oh my goodness, he was running and running and running and running. The airport, our airport here has a really nice park by the observation deck, so it's a really good place for the kids to go and run. There's another one using some ribbon and some stitching and a doily. More Halloween ones. We were going to the farm. There's a Hill Ridge Farm place here where you can go and pick out pumpkins, and they have all these different little things for the kids to do. It's a picture of Kaylin's preschool class that year. He was in 2 different classes, so I have a picture of both of those. And then us at the farm. And then there are more photos in this little pocket. I've mentioned before that I love interactive pockets, so I try to designate when there are interactive pockets. And I just have more little photos that were tucked in this little pocket. And if only 1 out of every 10 people going through my album sees that there, that's okay. It's there though, if anybody wants to look at it. And then here, this is an interactive pocket, but since the pockets don't open on this side, I actually glued this to the outside of the pocket. And I just did a little bit more journaling. And I put here's the story right on the outside because there were a ton of photos on this page. So that's an interesting interactive pocket. I love interactive pockets. I think it brings your people into, your readers into your album. And that's of course what we want to do. A little bit about that. A card from my mom for Happy Halloween to Kaylin. And I've mentioned that before. I always include the letters my mom writes to Kaylin because she likes to mail him cards and he absolutely loves getting them. Painting our pumpkins. These are our finished pumpkins. We have a very immature Ninja Turtle, but Kaylin loved it and that's all that mattered. He painted it and I finished off the eyes and then the mouth. And then my little mummy pumpkin. His jack-o'-lanterns, as you can see. His Halloween costume. So he had hair like Noah from the Bulls, and so he was Noah for Halloween. He loves basketball, so he was a twofer. He got some Bulls. We're not even Bulls fans, but he became a Bulls fan because of this. And he's very opinionated about who he roots for. He does not go for like our teams that we always have liked. He picks his own teams, and he is very much a diehard fan for his team. He is a diehard Seahawks fan, and he is a diehard Carolina Panthers fan. And my husband is a Giants fan. So it's kind of funny because he's very opinionated about who his favorite players are and which teams are his favorite teams, basketball and football. So he's not necessarily a Bulls fan anymore, but at the time he was because he thought it was so cool that he could be a Bulls player. And Ernest painted on a little beard for him and mustache and filled in his hairline. And then he already had the like crazy curly hair like Noah had. And this is us at a fall festival. Him getting ready to go. And then us there. And then this is again, the same thing, YMCA, the fall festival, and this is the written out journaling. And it was so funny because people just couldn't get over how he looked just like Noah. And then this is the preschool trick-or-treating day, and he didn't want to have his beard on that day, so he just has his cute little baby face. Cute little baby face. And then here's just some Halloween photos. And then we went trick-or-treating. So he actually got to wear this costume like 3 times. He loved it. He had the little wristband things, and it was colder actually Halloween night, so he has on the like Under Armour shirt underneath to keep him warm. Oh, love this. I really like the printed journaling in here. There was a lot to say, so I included it all. All right, and then we have our November 2014 page. My tab divider. My albums are a nice mix of a little bit of everything, and I really like that. I have a lot of different styles, obviously different kits that I've used since I'm using my kit review series kits, and then I also use a lot of different things for my stash like these. These were mixed in with the Beautiful Mess kits, and I had pulled out the Bella Boulevard pieces from their, I can't think of what the Thanksgiving line was, but I had the Cute Cuts. I think it was called Cute Cuts. Got this one. These are just some photos of my Etsy shop. These were some really popular things in my shop that year. Diaper cakes, quilts, baby quilt, and then these Christmas wreaths, candy wreaths that I made. A little bit about that, and then I have some journaling up here, the stats of my shop. And then the back of that is just a decorative piece. I did not have another layout to go on the back, but if I ever do come up with some more photos from that year, I can always, fill in some Thanksgiving layouts. And then November ends with this one, which seems a little out of place because this is the Christmas parade. But Christmas parade in Raleigh is actually in November, and so it fits perfectly here. This is exactly when it was. And then we start December 2014, and Kaylin's birthday is December 2nd, so we're going right into his birthday. Love this. I'm not afraid at all to use pink. I love pink, and it's funny, this is a birthday boy on a hot pink card. I love it, though. It does not bother me at all. I didn't even really think about it until after I did it, and I was like, oh, well, pink boy, whatever. It works. It's my album. This is a photo I had of Kaylin and I on his birthday, and this is another one of those little pockets that I created. His birthday award from school. These are recent layouts here. So again, if you are interested in looking at any of the process videos, about 97.5% of these layouts have process videos on my channel. So go back and check them out. If you have a particular question about a certain layout, or if you want to find a process video for one of them, let me know which one it is, and I might be able to help you find it pretty easily. I don't know. Sometimes I'm not as good at that, but sometimes I can. So for Kaylin's birthday, I included all his birthday cards here in this little pocket. And then I have his school assessment. Just decorated it a little bit. Nothing real fancy. And I just put that at 8.5 by 11 page protector. We have the program from this Christmas concert, as well as the Christmas Eve service program at my mom's church. We have the Christmas cards here. And then the last layout is actually our Christmas photos. I didn't have that many photos from Christmas, which is actually kind of unfortunate, but reality. You are doing things, you don't always remember to take photos. But I have our advent calendar. I have all of the stockings that were hung on my mom's mantle. You can see everybody's there. And then we just got some little photos from Christmas. And then the back one is just a decorative layout again. Just took a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, cut it apart, rounded the middle corners, and then decorated it. And that is it. That finishes out my 2014 albums. I hope you found this interesting. Let me know if you guys have any questions whatsoever. I will answer them for you. And that is it. All right, enjoy your day, and I will chat with y'all later. Bye.